Welcome to Memorials of the Forgotten. We don't glorify serial killers here, we remember their victims. Every episode, we focus on one person's story, honoring the life they lived before it was taken from them. Before we begin, we want to take a moment to acknowledge something. This video took longer to make than we originally intended. That delay was intentional and unavoidable. We wanted to take the time to gather as much information as possible about Laura so that her story could be told with the care and respect that it deserves. Even now, there are still gaps, but it is important that we begin. Laura Ann Aime was only 17 years old. 17. That is an age where life is just beginning to open up. A time filled with plans, friendships, and the early steps towards adulthood. At 17, the future is not something distant. It's something that you're actively building day by day. Laura was from Utah, growing up in a time when the world felt more open and in many ways more trusting. She was remembered as someone who loved being outdoors, riding horses, hunting, and spending time in nature whenever she could. She was described as outgoing, free-spirited, and someone who found joy in the world around her. In 1974, Laura was last seen alive in Lehi, Utah. Some reports suggest that she had been in a Halloween party and that she left to get cigarettes, planning to return shortly. However, like many aspects of Laura's story, this detail has not been consistently confirmed across all sources. What we do know is that she never made it back. Weeks later, her remains were found by hikers partway down an embankment just off of American Fork Canyon Road. From that point forward, Laura disappeared in a different way. Her name was gone, her identity was gone, her story was gone. For nearly half a century, 47 years, Laura Ann Aime was not known to the world at large as a person. She was reduced to two separate case files, a set of unidentified remains, and a missing person report. Two questions waiting for a single answer that never came. 17 years old and erased. Not just from life, but from memory. It wasn't until 2021 that advances in DNA technology finally gave her something back. Her name. Laura Ann Aime. We believe that her last name is pronounced Amy, and it comes from a French word that means beloved or loved one. This is important to note because even though we may not know the full story of her life, we know that she was beloved to someone. She was somebody's loved one, someone's daughter, someone's family, someone's friend. She was someone who was cared for, she was someone who mattered, and she was someone who was loved. And in the small details that have been remembered, we can begin to see that more clearly. Laura cared deeply for her younger siblings. Her family recalled that she would spend her own personal money to buy candy for her brother and sister. Not because she had to, but because she enjoyed seeing her younger siblings happy. It's a small detail, but it tells us something important. She was someone who gave, someone who cared, someone who was loved, and someone who loved in return. After decades of being unknown, she was identified. She was no longer a mystery. She was no longer just a statistic. She had her name again, but even now, we know so little about her. We don't know what her daily life looked like. We don't know what she hoped to become. We don't know the small, ordinary details that make someone who they are. And that matters, because restoring her name is only the first step. Restoring her story is what comes next. If you are watching this and you have any information about Laura Ann Aime, no matter how small, it could help. If you knew her, if you went to school with her, if you lived in the same area, or if you were a part of her family, even distantly, please reach out. You can contact us at our email address, memorialsoftheforgotten@gmail.com. If we are able to locate additional information about Laura, or if we receive information from any of you, we will make a follow-up video to share her story more fully. because after half a century of being unknown, we owe it to her to give her story back. Laura was 17 years old. She had a future ahead of her, a life she was just beginning to build. The very least we can do now is make sure she is remembered. So please take a moment every now and then to remember her name. Laura Ann Aime. Don't let her become a statistic. Don't let her be forgotten. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.